I'm really glad you're here. So this week, we're going to talk about our self-talk around our writing. And we're going to get a little more specific about that. And we're also going to talk about plot and the difference between plot and story, and the difference between character-driven and plot-driven. So first of all, when it comes to our relationship to our writing, and it comes to the self-talk, that's one of the biggest things that get in our way. Whether it's us saying, what's the point, or it's too hard, or nobody can make any money as a writer. They all influence what we do. They all influence, unfortunately, they influence whether we write or not, whether we take ourselves seriously, whether we believe in ourselves as writers or not. And belief is one of the most important things. I mean, first of all, there's a lot of successful and not that talented writers out there. There are a lot of successful and not that talented actors out there. And probably not so much when it comes to dancing, because it's not quite as ambiguous, right? And I know that oftentimes the difference between being successful and not being successful is not necessarily about talent. It's about belief, and it's about confidence, and it's about how we present ourselves to the world. Now, if we're not writing and we're not finishing our writing, we're certainly not presenting our writing to the world. So this week, we're going to look at the ways in which we talk ourselves out of writing. And there's sometimes they're subconscious, but sometimes they're conscious beliefs we hold about writing. So I'm going to give you almost a little prompt to get you going in the direction of the things that you might say to yourself. And I want you to write down all the negative things you tell yourself about your writing, the negative things you might have internalized from the culture about writing, negative things that you might have heard other writers say about writing. Sometimes writing teachers carry some baggage. You know that saying, those who can do and those who can't teach. I don't think that's necessarily true, said the teacher, but I do think that oftentimes, and I've experienced this more so with acting teachers, that sometimes teachers come with a lot of baggage, or some baggage and some bitterness around their business, around writing or around acting. So sometimes you might have heard a parent say about writing, or maybe about the arts, right? Your longest part is Act 2, which is the middle, right? And your resolution is going to be usually pretty short. If you're in a movie and you're like, oh, nice, why isn't this over yet? It's usually because they drag out the resolution, right? I don't remember which one of the Lord of the Rings ones, but it was like, oh my God, it just went on and on. It's like, just wrap it up. Right? Because what happens is when you get to that resolution, does your protagonist get what they want, or do they not? The tension is pulled out of the story, right? Either Rocket went the distance or he didn't. And that's what we've all, if it's Moby Dick, we've been turning the pages to find out whether he gets the whale or not. So all the tension's out of the story. Time to wrap it up. Okay? So having said all of that about beginning, middle, and end, we don't always begin at the beginning, right?